Waking up 3 or 4 times a night to pee? That's not just aging, it's a warning sign. Your body might be missing something crucial, not medication, but a few key nutrients that quietly control your bladder while you sleep. Because what if I told you that 3 specific vitamins could help reduce those late-night bathroom trips naturally? In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you the top 3 vitamins to support nighttime bladder control, how to get them from real food, not just pills, and one common mistake that might be keeping you up every night. Let's fix your nights, starting now. Understanding Nocturia. Let's start with this. Why does your bladder wake you up, even when you haven't had much to drink? The answer might surprise you. Nocturia, or frequent nighttime urination, is more than just a bladder problem. It's often a signal telling us that something deeper is off in the body. In fact, studies show that nocturia affects up to 1 in 3 adults over 60. And it's one of the biggest reasons seniors lose sleep. But it's not just about drinking water too late. Here's what's really going on. As we age, the brain produces less vasopressin, a hormone that tells your kidneys to slow down urine production at night. Your bladder may become more sensitive, reacting to even small amounts of urine. And low-grade inflammation or nerve dysfunction can cause misfires, where your brain thinks you need to go, even when you don't. But what most people miss is that certain vitamin deficiencies make all of these problems worse. Deficiencies in just a few key nutrients can decrease bladder control, disrupt the communication between your nerves and kidneys, and even mess with your sleep-wake hormones. That's why in the next few minutes, we're going to look at the 3 most important vitamins that quietly support nighttime bladder function. Because if your bladder isn't getting the right nutrition, your sleep will keep suffering. Vitamin D, the anti-inflammation guardian. Let's talk about the first and most underrated vitamin for nighttime bladder control. Vitamin D, you've probably heard it's important for your bones. But what most people don't realize is vitamin D is also a powerful anti-inflammatory hormone that helps regulate your bladder, kidneys, and even your brain's sleep signals. In a 2020 study published in Scientific Reports, older adults with low vitamin D levels had significantly higher rates of nocturia, especially women over 60. Why? Because when your body lacks vitamin D, inflammation goes up, which irritates your bladder lining. Pelvic muscles weaken, making it harder to hold it overnight. And your kidneys lose their rhythm, producing more urine when they should be resting. Think of vitamin D as your nighttime signal booster, quietly telling your bladder and kidneys to relax and reset. So how do you get enough of it? The best source is sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes of early morning sun a few times a week can make a big difference. You can also get it from fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel, and from egg yolks and fortified foods like milk or cereal. But here's a senior tip. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. So many older adults may need a supplement, ideally vitamin D3 paired with K2 to help with calcium balance. Before you supplement, talk to your doctor and ask to check your blood levels. Because when your vitamin D is optimized, many people find they sleep deeper and wake up far less during the night. Coming up, the second vitamin you've probably never linked to your bladder, but it might be the reason you're waking up at 2 a.m. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector. If you've ever felt a strange tingling in your hands or feet, or noticed your balance slipping just a little, your body might be whispering that it's low on vitamin B12. But what does that have to do with your bladder? A lot more than you'd think. Vitamin B12 isn't just for energy. It's essential for healthy nerve function, including the nerves that tell your bladder when to hold and when to go. Without enough B12, those signals get delayed, confused, or exaggerated. That's why people with low B12 levels often say, "I didn't even feel the urge, and then suddenly I had to go." Or worse, "I went, but it felt like I didn't empty fully." A 2019 study in the journal Urology found that adults with nocturia were more likely to have suboptimal B12 levels. even if they weren't anemic. Why? Because B12 supports the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves. Without it, your pelvic nerves can misfire, and your brain doesn't coordinate bladder activity correctly at night. So how do you get more B12? It's naturally found in animal products: beef, liver, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy. For vegetarians or vegans, look for fortified plant milks or nutritional yeast. But here's the kicker. After age 50, your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, which means even if you eat enough B12, you may not absorb it well. That's why doctors often recommend methylated B12, called methylcobalamin. It's easier to absorb, especially for seniors. Bottom line, if your bladder is waking you up and your feet feel a little numb, it may not be coincidence. B12 could be the missing link. And when you restore it, you're not just helping your bladder. You're protecting your nerves, your memory, and your balance too. Coming up next, the mineral that keeps your muscles calm, your bladder steady, and your sleep undisturbed. Magnesium, the calm regulator. If your bladder feels like it has a mind of its own, twitchy, restless, waking you up even when it's barely full, the problem might not be your bladder at all. It might be your magnesium. Magnesium is known as the calming mineral. But it doesn't just calm your mind, it also calms your muscles and nerves. And that includes the detrusor muscle, the one that controls how your bladder expands and contracts. When your body is low on magnesium, that muscle becomes overactive, spasming or signaling urgency when there's no real need to urinate. A study in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that adults who supplemented with magnesium saw a significant drop in nighttime urination, especially those with overactive bladder symptoms. Magnesium also helps regulate nerve impulses between the brain and bladder, support deeper, more restorative sleep, reduce nighttime leg cramps and restlessness, which can also trigger bladder sensations. So where do you get this mineral? Top food sources include pumpkin seeds. Just 1 oz gives you nearly 40% of your daily need. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard. Bananas, black beans, avocados, and oats. But here's what most people miss. Not all magnesium is absorbed equally. For bladder and sleep support, look for magnesium glycinate, gentle and calming, or magnesium citrate, which also helps with digestion. Avoid magnesium oxide. It's poorly absorbed and may cause stomach upset. Timing matters too. Try taking magnesium with dinner or 1 hour before bedtime. It may help relax your body and your bladder so you stay asleep longer. So if your nights feel broken and your bladder keeps buzzing when it should, maybe what you really need is a little calm in mineral form. In the next section, I'll show you how to bring all 3 vitamins together in a simple daily routine. Daily routine tips. Now that you know the top 3 vitamins, vitamin D, B12, and magnesium, how do you actually use them to help your body rest at night? Let me walk you through a simple, natural routine designed to support your bladder, nerves, and sleep, all without making your schedule complicated. Morning routine. Sunlight before 10 a.m. Just 15 minutes outside helps your skin produce vitamin D. Combine it with light movement, like stretching or a short walk. Breakfast idea. Oatmeal made with fortified almond or soy milk. 1 boiled, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. That gives you fiber, magnesium, and natural B12. Lunch plan. Grilled salmon or tuna, rich in vitamin D and B12. A cup of leafy greens, magnesium. A few slices of avocado. Hydrate throughout the day, but taper off after 7 p.m. Evening wind down. Avoid caffeine and alcohol after 4 p.m. They irritate the bladder. Try a light dinner by 6:30 p.m. with easy-to-digest protein and veggies. Supplement timing. If you take magnesium or B12, do it with dinner. Stop drinking fluids 2 hours before bed. Add a sticky note on your fridge. Last water by 8 p.m. Bedtime ritual. Dim the lights 1 hour before bed to help your brain make melatonin naturally. Keep your bedroom cool and quiet. If you wake up once, don't panic. It's normal. But if it happens 3 or 4 times, try this routine consistently for 10-14 days. Because small changes in your day can lead to big changes in your night. Next, I'll wrap this up with the most important takeaways and one last reason why you shouldn't ignore nighttime urination. Let's bring it all together. If you're waking up multiple times a night, it's not just about age, it's not just your bladder. Sometimes it's about what your body isn't getting. Vitamin D to calm inflammation and restore bladder rhythm. Vitamin B12 to protect the nerves that control nighttime urination. Magnesium to keep your bladder muscles and your mind relaxed during sleep. These aren't magic pills, they're nutritional signals. And when your body hears the right signals again, sleep comes easier, nights feel longer, and energy starts to return. Try this simple routine for 10 to 14 days. Keep a journal, track your sleep. You might be surprised by what changes when your body is finally supported the right way. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these and what worked best for you. And if you want more natural, science-backed tips for senior health, subscribe to Evergreen Senior Care and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video. Because your health deserves more than symptom control, it deserves restoration. Good night and stay well.